Do you want me to present now?
Just a minute. I will just check if I can.
Yes, ma'am.
I am audible, visible?
Yes, ma'am. Shall I
Screen?
present from my end, ma'am?
Yeah, I think so. There is some issue.
Yes, ma'am. I'll be doing.
Have you?
Yes, ma'am.
I cannot see. I think so. There is.
Ma'am, you have to pin to IoT.
Just a minute. I lost the screen actually. Can you see me?
Yes, ma'am.
I lost the screen. I cannot see the screen actually.
Ma'am, among the participants, there will be IoT. You just pin to IoT, ma'am.
Okay, I'm doing that.
You'll be able to view the list of participants, ma'am. Among that, you just pin to IoT.
Okay. Yeah, got it. Yes. Thank you.
Welcome.
Okay. So next. So we are going to talk about masterstroke personality development for teachers. So hello everyone, Dr. Kirti Danglongani here, and we are going to talk about the masterstroke. I had named it masterstroke because yes, we are the masters, because we are teachers. You know, previously Master Sahab used to be the name which is given to the teachers, and teachers are really masters of the life of students. So let's have this masterstroke while developing our personality, because our personality means a lot. Our students look towards us as a role model, and that's very important. Yes, and we have to groom ourselves. We have to be presentable in front of our students with the language, with the behavior, and with the communication. So I will be concentrating on all three, that is A, B, C. These are the three alphabets, that is appearance, behavior, and communication. Next. Coming towards what is personality development and what is teacher's personality all about. So teaching and learning process can be influenced by teacher's personality. Definitely. When we talk about teaching pedagogy and we talk about the methods which has been implemented by teachers in the classrooms, when we are only talking about what methods is being using, we are talking about NEP, we are talking about national education policy. We cannot forget who is delivering this. Who is delivering the teaching and learning process? Of course, teacher. And teacher's personality is very important. So teaching and learning process can be influenced by teacher's personality and mentality, whether it's positive or negative. So if teacher has positive traits in his personality or in her personality, as being a passionate, as being a patient, see, these are the two words which are very important. He or she should be passionate also, and he should have patience also. Of course, cooperativeness and authority. So that's we will call as a successful teacher, and he or she could get his students satisfied. So it's very important that when we talk about holistic development of our students, we talk about the NAP talks about the development of students holistically, and that's why we are providing them a basket of courses where they can be developed with not only the courses which they select for their core program, but also which develops them. And teachers plays an important role in that. So teachers also should be holistically developed. Their personality definitely influence. We are going to see how it influences. Yes. Let's look towards what are the points today we are going to cover. So we are going to cover that professional grooming, how important it is. Whether we teachers doesn't require grooming, yes, we require. Even we are not in corporates, but we make corporators. We make officers. We make IS officers. We make commissioners. We make people around us who are who needs profession. So of course, grooming doesn't mean when the student is doing MBA or he is doing engineering, or might be he is been going for a training program in NDA for the National Defense Academy or for the IS officer. He requires the training. Training has to be given because we are going to incur our small seed, which is going to develop in a plant and then a huge tree. So we are having that grooming session since his or her childhood, right? So professional grooming as a component of professional behavior as a teacher is very important, because the teacher himself is going to groom at every level, every step. Whoever teacher we are school teachers, we are college teachers, we are trainers. Very important that students at each level are influenced. So that's why professional grooming is very important. The most important. I as a brand. We talk about brands, right? The previous slide, ma'am. So we talk about brands. So I as a brand, it's very important. We talk about logos. We as a brand are also important. So I, Dr. Kirti, as a brand. So student will recognize me as a brand because they follow me. They are influenced by me. Managing your visual image, very important. Your dress code is important, whether you are men or women. Your basic grooming and hygiene, yes. Your workplace etiquettes, your verbal as well as non-verbal communication, how you behave. The tips, we are also going to talk about tips of personal grooming. Then also we are going to talk about online presentation and class, and then international presence. And today we are moving towards globalization. We are doing a lot of collaborations, whether at the academic industry level or academic. There are two universities coming together from different part of the globe and working jointly, might be for the teachers exchange program, student exchange program, cross-cultural program. So that's why our presence is not limited to our university, our city, our state or nation. We are going beyond the boundary. It's very important how you should behave and communicate when you are at the global platform. Yes. So let's talk about our next is grooming and personal hygiene. And we are going to talk about personal grooming. So getting organized and solving problems, engaging and caring our students are among very important key life skills that teachers need in the profession, because we are not only teachers teaching that particular subject or a course, but we are solving their problems. We are engaging our students. We are taking care about our students, because teachers' professional role can be affected by their personal life factors. So that's why it's very important at every level you should be a groomed one. So you might be seeing the pictures around here. Of course, I'm going to talk about the dressing of men and women both in our future slides. Personal grooming. So what is personal grooming? So personal grooming has become a very essential in our daily life. A well-groomed individual stands out amongst the crowd. Of course, you remember the personality who is really outstanding. You remember the personality for, let's take an example of Amitabh Bachchan. You remember him, his personality is something dashing, different, dynamic at the age of 83. See how he had groomed himself. 83 years of a person. Of course, he is a celebrity. We are not talking, but we are celebrities for our students. Remember this. We are the role models for our students. So how he had well groomed himself, kept himself fit, how he has always presentable, his voice, his non-verbal and verbal communication, his appearance, and his behavior. All has mattered, and see the impact he has created not only across India, but across the world. So he's a well-known celebrity not only in India, but across the world. So personal grooming has become very essential. So well-groomed individual stands always among the crowd. So make a positive impact. Whenever you as a teacher also go to any social gathering, have that grooming skills, had that personality that you're influencing, or something is different in this person, that aura should be there. So let's talk about how to develop that. So when we talk about personal grooming, it's all about the three letters of alphabets, and that is A, B, and C. So what is A? A stands for appearance, how you been appeared in the public. Right. So it's always different. When you are going for an holidays, of course, I will not ask you to be in a corporate attire. So whether you are going for a seminar, your classroom lectures, your conference, your presentation, or might be some get together with your students, a farewell party. So everywhere your appearance should be different, of course. But how to keep that makeover where it can build a successful professional relationship, where it can have a successful impacting impression. So we are going to talk about appearance, and second B, that is behavior. Of course, your behavior, how you behave with your at your workplace is important. Third is communication, how you communicate. Communication is not only language. Language is the media of communication. So I am here using language English because all of you are from pan India, and I thought that English is a language which will be more suitable whether you are from north or south or east or west, right? So it's a media which is being used. We are going beyond that media. So it's I'm not only going to talk about language in communication. So communication means language which you are using, whether it's in the form of words or non-verbal communication. Nowadays, you use emojis for communication. Written communication is the part of it, non-verbal communication. So I am giving a best of luck to my students. So I can give this. And if there is a victory of my cricket team against the another university's cricket team, I will say, yes, victory. See, this is all the even signs which even teachers may use, because that's the world. We are with the generation Z now. Might be in the future, we will be with the alpha. So ABC, both, all three things are very, very important. Let's see about in our next slides. We are going to talk about the first A, that is appearance and dressing sense. Dressing sense and wardrobe management. Wardrobe, your cupboard management is very, very important. So appropriate dress code should be there. So that's why I told. So whether you are going to the picnic, industrial visit, or you are in your classroom, so it's very important to have an appropriate dress code. How to dress for success? It's again one important. Fashion sense for ladies, new trends, but of course that trends again should be matched with your profession. Evaluate your lifestyle, how you are going to make your lifestyle. Start with basic clothes and keep it simple. Yeah, I don't always say that use a glamorous, have a glamorous look. No, I'm telling keep it simple. It's absolutely fine. Keep it basic clothing, absolutely fine. But how it should be, which color combinations, how you should be looking, because we are looking for a power dressing. We are looking for a smart look. We are looking because we are the mentors of our students. We are heroes of our students, right? So let's talk about how to wear about your, might be it's a uniform in some universities, or might be your formal wears with grace, dignity, and success. That we are going to talk about in appearance. If you talk about power dressing for women, you can see here the looks of the women. If you can see here in this slide, the picture of the women's across. Of course, these are all the Western wears. I'm not asking everybody should go for the Western wears only. It's about all your how it suits your personality. Your preference, of course, matter. But suppose if it is Western wear, how it should be. You can see the colors, you can see the blazers, you can see the shirts or trouser, even the skirts are there. But see how smart look you can see when. So these all are teachers. Yes, this is a picture of all the teachers from the university. Of course, it's an international university. We are also going to talk about both Western wear as well as Indian wear, because few of you might be used to it or might be used to prefer it, or when you're going for an international presence, you want to make some difference. So, okay. So let's see about the dress smartly is very important. Of that includes what it includes. It includes a top, its bottoms. So bottoms can be skirts or pants. When we are talking about Western wear, dress, Indian wear, of course, we are also going to talk about Indian wears. It's not about only apparel. Apparel means clothing. I'm also going to talk about stalls, scarves, belts, stockings, hair accessories, hand accessories, neck accessories, and fragrance. Yes, all these are important when we are talking about dressing sense. It's not only about dress, but what accessories you use, what exactly when you wear at your neck place or neck piece, or might be earrings, or might be um, you can say your ring, whatever it. I can see a hand raised with Vipula. Any question? No. Okay. So dress code. Now you can see here dress code. Now let's talk about both, and we will even differentiate about it. If you can see the Western dress code and Indian dress code, here are the picture, and I'm going to. So if you can see both side, neat professional hairstyle, very important. Let's start from your head, and that is your hairs. So neat professional hairstyle. You can have your open hairs. So I as has an open hair, or you can have your tied hair depending upon your ponytail, or might be it can be your bun, yeah, hair bun. So it all depends upon, but neat professional hairstyle, very important. See, here also comes little bit hygienic part. Might be proper shampooed, or you if you're using oil, not using oil. Whether I will say here proper groomed hair. That's the important thing. Next is when if you're using makeup in both the cases, whether it is Indian wear or Western wear, it should be very light makeup, little or no jewelry. So very little jewelry you can wear or no jewelry. So it can be a chain, right? It can be a gold chain or silver chain, whatever you want to wear, right? It can be very light jewelry. Might be if married women want to have a mangal sutra, so they can have a light mangal sutra, a small one, which suits to the profession. So light or no jewelry. Now, if you look towards the dressing style of Western wear, you can see here she has wore a skirt, but if you can see a knee length skirt or a straight pant can be an option. So a knee length, so it should not be less than a knee length, that I will suggest. Then closed buttons of the blazer, suit should be there. A light color shirt if you're wearing a blazer and a skirt which is a dark color. So if I'm wearing a red color, I may have a lighter color of the shirt inside. And then if you can see a wristwatch, it's very important. I know there are digital watches, but the wristwatch, it looks professional. So yeah, digital watch also can do, no issue. And if you can see footwears, professional footwears, you can have I will always prefer covered toes. Covered toes if you are using a Western wear, right? So a good footwears in a sari also will look good. But if it is a Western wear, then I will use a bellies or a closed one. No shoes, no sport shoes in the case of the Western dress code in a professional manner. Indian dress code, if you can see, neat professional hairstyle, which we had already talked about, very little makeup, no jewelry, cotton kurtas, or you can use depending upon the which place you are from. If you are from northern, if you are in the north, if you are in the south, depending upon the season and weather, also it's important which kurtas you want to wear, right? Because if I will ask a light cotton kurta who are being in Delhi or Jammu, then it will be difficult because it's a cold area. So depending upon seasons, of course, it matters. Again, according to the season, also the color combination differs. You know, the more darker colors are always acceptable in the winter season, and more lighter and soft colors are always being look. It's aesthetic. The visual impact it has is much more better when you have lighter color during summer season. Full or half sleeves kurtas. Then you can have a good watch. knee length kurtas, no short kurtis, leggings, cigar pants, the ways different type of jeggings, so you can wear it, and then you can have a good professional shoes in case of kurtas. Heels, I will say, depending upon your height, how you are presentable, again you can keep your heels, but remember that it should not make noise when you're moving around. So when it is being disturbing in the classroom, then of course it is annoying. So that care you have to take. Right? So hope you got it about the dress code, especially for women's. Of course, we are not going to let men's go. We have a power dressing for men's too. Yes, dress for success, we call this. So what is the dress for success when we talk about? So you can see here a neat hairstyle, of course, a neat groomed hair in case of males also. It's very simple, but just one thing I just want pressed, that is iron clothes are very important. Really, it has been noticed many times. The shirt is not ironed, it's okay. The sari is not ironed, it's okay. But it's really not okay when you're appearing in the public, appearing in front of your students, appearing in the conference, or whether you are been interacting at your workplace with your colleagues. So neat here style, pressed collared shirt. Then here you can see the colors I had told. It's not limited to that colors. This is just example. So you can have, if you want that, okay, I want to purchase blazer or I want to go for the blazers. So which are the common colors which I should have, which always suits to such profession, especially when you are presenting yourself, you're in the conference, you're in the lecture sessions. So navy blue, black, charcoal, but I will not say it's limited to that. Depending upon, you have a cream or pastel colors also. For women's, we have different colors of blazer nowadays, and we are moving ahead with the new trend. So peach color, pink color, light violet color, navy blue color. Yes, you can go with that type of blazers too. But no much of the flashy colors, especially when you are in, you can say, when you are in the classroom. Stockings, shoes that we had talked about. When we talk about men's, you can see simple tie, no flashy ties, no bigger prints on the tie. So if you're using a tie, especially men, so it should be a simple tie. One thing, socks. We say कि socks कोई नहीं देखता यार. Nobody looks towards our socks. No, I don't think so. It's very important. So if you're wearing a black color or navy blue color, and if you're using a brown color socks, it doesn't suit, right? So make sure that socks, matching of the socks should be there. And I will never prefer white color socks, because that are especially goes with the casual wears or sports wear. So avoid few things. In ladies, I will suggest low cut neckline. So if you have a low cut, so that are the party wears, so don't go with that. Don't, no mini skirts. It doesn't suits your profession, especially if you are a teacher and a role model. Loud prints, a very heavy loud prints. Yeah, it's okay if it is some occasion or a party. I will go towards that party wear also. No dramatic makeup, a light lipstick, absolutely fine. No fleshy jewelry, and too much of perfume. See, light perfume, light fragrance. If it is a very light fragrance, for everybody is good. But then it is बहुत perfume लगाया है, lot of perfume you had used, then it may disturb, because you are putting this sense, nose. Nose is an olfactory sense organ, which is being one of the important senses. So we have 5 senses. So nose is one of the senses. And that's why make sure you are not being having too much of perfume. Light perfume, acceptable. In case of men, no caps, no hats, no white socks, which we had talked about, because white socks I will always look towards. I will look towards when you have sports or casual wears. Then you can have no too much of okay. Well groomed hair means a well cut hairs. You should have a grooming well. If you are keeping a beard, of course, well groomed beard is acceptable. No issue. No too much of perfume and colognes in even case of. So hope you got about the dress for success. All right. Any queries? Please note down. We will have a question answer session at the end. Yes. Next. Informal meetings. Conference ho gaya, classroom. But that doesn't mean that if we are teachers, we don't have informal meetings. We have. We have get-togethers. We have parties. We go for a picnic with the students. We have trips. Yes, we have. So yes, you can go with your informal outfit, your favorite jeans or t-shirts, no problem. But yes, when there is an informal meetings, add suitable earrings in case of, so you can have a, but small earrings is always preferred when you are with the, in a conference, in a meeting, or when you are being presenting, then small earrings always suit. Scarf around the neck, yes, you can have when you are in an informal meeting, right? Then uh, then you can have heels for the feet. Yes, heels you have, you can have. I will not suggest in the formal, but you can have a good heels, because many of them, as I have a good height, I don't wear heels. But in case of uh, few of you who really wants to groom yourself and have a good height, want to be a presentable, yes, you can wear heels. Floor length gowns, not necessary when you're going for a party. But yes, you can wear a good colorful. Yes, color selection should also be on your skin tone. So make sure this is not the forum where I'll talk about it, or we don't have that much of time. But depending upon the skin tone you have, you can select your color choice. He wears blue, that's why I will wear blue. He wears yellow, and that's why I wear yellow. No, but whether it suits your skin tone and how you are being, because that's also important. Accessories yourself with suitable jewelry. Now, depending upon the occasion, you can have that jewelry. Do not overdo. Even if it is a party, बहुत नहीं करना है. So do not overdo. Right? Okay. Tips. Few tips important. Don't be too simple or too flashy. I'm not asking to be too simple in the parties, but no too flashy too. So no matter what is the occasion, always dress so well to feel a comfort zone. It's very important. If I am telling you to wear a blazer and you're not comfortable with it, don't wear it. Your comfort zone is also important. She's wearing a skirt, and that's why I'm wearing a western wear. I'm not used to it. I'm used to a kurti, but oh, at an international forum and I have to wear a skirt now or trouser, but I'm not comfortable. No can have fun in the too short dress or too tight one. Even if you're going for a party and everybody has a dress code, and you said, okay, skirts is a dress code, I'm not comfortable with it. I cannot have a fun in that function or occasion. I am not comfortable, because nobody can have fun if I'm not, I should not have a concentrating on my dress. It should not distract me. Right. So dress for a comfort first and occasion next. So first look towards how comfortable your dress is, whether it's tight, loose, you're not comfortable with it. So make sure it is comfortable, and then occasion comes. So plain dress can always be dressed up with accessories. So if you have a plain dress, you can have a good accessories. But if you have a glossy dress, so don't make much of the accessories. Right. So these are a few tips. Hope you got it. Yes, it's not about, when you talk about appearance, it's not about only clothing, it's about your personal hygiene also. Breath. Saso ki tazgi, the close-up talks about it. Yes, oral hygiene is important. Oral hygiene, your breath. आपने बहुत सुंदर ड्रेस डाला है and you are looking gorgeous, but then you have a bad smell. Nobody will come near you. You have a bad odor because you have perspiration. Your skincare is not good. Too much of skincare you are using. Your hairstyle, your nails, right? All this matters. And if you remember in the school times, like in my school, of course, it was a habit that every, I think so, Monday, they used to check the nails are cut, the hair cutting is done properly. Every month they used to check for the boys. whether we are having a good tied hairs, right? Then whether our uniform is pressed perfect, the shoes are polished. Why? It was a grooming session actually, which they have groomed we are being groomed. If we want our students to be groomed, of course, we should be groomed too, right? So all these things are important. So your personal appearance is also important. Yes, next. So after personalizing, personal development. Yes, your personal development depends upon that. Next, work on your body language. Very important. Your behavior, your communication. So body language is a type of communication in which physical behavior as opposed to the words are used to express or convey information. So your body language, how you communicate, how your physical behavior is, your eye contact, how important they are, your body posture, your gestures, your hand movements, your eye movements, your touch. Have a space because you're talking to your at your workplace with your colleagues, with your students. So make sure about make be conscious about all these things. This is your behavior, whether your facial expression, how you understood I'm happy or sad if I'm not uttered a word. I'm sitting like this, and you said, "Oh, you're looking so sad today. You're looking so, you're not feeling well." I asked somebody, "You're not feeling well?" She has not told me she is feeling well, but from her facial expression and the body language, I understood. So that's very important. So your facial expression, your body language, your posture, your gesture, your eye movement, your touch. So be make sure it's all perfect. So body language is an important as your verbal, as your language which you are using. So non-verbal communication is also important. So body language is the most important parameter to connect with the students when you enter the classroom. The few seconds you don't utter a word, you had stepped in the classroom with your books, laptop, chalk, whatever if you're going to have projects, whatever you have material, and you had entered, you had appeared in the class with a proper attire, formal one, till you enter from the door to your table or seat, you keep your books or laptop, you turned around to the students. This might have taken few seconds, but this few seconds have communicated what? How confident our teacher is, how she entered, how graceful, what was the gesture, what was the body language, facial expression. Oh, to आज मैडम गुस्से में है, आज मैडम बहुत खुश दिख रही है, right? All this has been communicated to your students. So body language is one important parameter to connect with students. Yes. Posture. Your posture is important. How you sit. You have probably heard that it becomes very reassessing your posture in the first and most critical change that you can make. The better your posture, the more confident. I am confident. Sit. If I am sitting like this, if I'm sitting like this, right? So the posture matters. How confident I am. So how I'm sitting. A straight posture, more confident in appearance. My sitting, standing. Because when you are in the classroom, when you are in your presentation, when you are presenting your research paper in the conference, your body language is speaking to the audience. So how you are sitting. So always the body should be straight and the shoulders are back. Do it once in front of the mirror. And I think so you will immediately, and if you are standing like this, and if you are standing like this, if you're sitting like this, so look towards the mirror and you will understand how different you look and how confident you look when you have a straight posture with shoulders back. Control your hand gestures. Have a small movements. It's okay. I was explaining, and I told 3, 4 because I'm in the online platform, and when I'm explaining this or I'm telling this, I'm using few of the gestures. Absolutely fine. But don't have it undo things. For example, if I'm rubbing here, if I'm fiddling with my hair, if I'm playing with my jewelry, I'm playing with my jewelry, right? This is disturbing. These small movements make your present that you might not be confident. You might not be confident. For example, I am having a pen and I am playing with it, fiddling with it. Avoid such moments. These small moments may have that you're nervous, you're bored. These are awkward feelings. So avoid placing your heads even on your hips, as this gives an impression that you're bossing or you're dominating or you feel you're superior. Try to be relaxed. Keep your hands at your sides. Make it yourself comfortable and no pointing out, oh, come here. So when you talk about this way, you might be knowing the name of your students. So make sure you, if you can't, keep Amol, come here. Nana, how are you? So, you're connecting with your students rather than pointing on them. Clear about the posture? Of course, we have few more points for the posture. So don't cross or fold your arms. If you're keeping in this way, crossing your arms and putting your hands in the pocket, it should be avoided. So why do we keep doing it? Of course, we should not, because it shows that you're not interested. It's not only when you are a teacher or you are in front, even in the conference, you're sitting in the audience. Sometimes you're sitting in a meeting where principal is being, taking a meeting, or your head is taking a meeting. And if how you sit also tells about your attitude, your facial expression gives the inputs to your head and your colleagues. So don't do that. Keep your head straight. Tilting the head should be avoided. So I'm just making the movement to know you much more better. We made not that we agree or disagree. So I said, yes, I agree. Right. So we may not when we agree and what is being said, we may tilt your heads to show sympathy. So many people actually do this. But of course, in few things you can do that, but in few cases you can use the word yes, no, and that's much more better. Very important point here is smile. Smile, smile, and smile. Because smiling is a contagious disease. छूने से फैलता है जो बोलते हैं ना, ये छूने से फैलता है, ये छूने से नहीं, सिर्फ आपकी स्माइल से स्माइल फैलती है. So smiling is considered universally be a signal that shows a person is happy. So when it is used in a moderate way, in a small way, I'm not telling to laugh, I'm telling to smile, right? So when you smile, it gives a good feeling. So smile can influence the people's attitude. I'm not asking for a fake smile. I'm asking for a contagious smile. A cute smile. हम बोलते हैं कितनी cute baby है. Like, so what beautiful smile you have. Because smile is a message which contagious. Why, I was traveling, suppose for example, and somebody sitting besides me, I don't know him, and he smiles to me, and immediately I smile to him. So I had responded his smile. That is the first communication which happens when there are two strangers sitting. Even if you have a smiling face in a classroom, in the conference, in a meeting, when even you're talking to your colleagues in your staff room, it always gives a pleasant feeling to others. It always spread positivity, a good aura around you. So smiling is contagious. So just be sure to avoid fake smiles, but have a right message by a right smile. Hope you got it. Yes. Now comes, this all was appearance. Now coming to behavior. And of course, communication also we had covered. Behavior, it's very important. हम बोलते हैं ना इसको. He doesn't have etiquettes. He doesn't behave well. So what is etiquette and how this word came from? So the word etiquette originated from a French word, uncute, which means a ticket or a play card. Actually, there was a ticket when there was a rule in the court of King Louis XIV that if I want to visit the king, I had been given a rules and regulation in a form of a play card or a ticket. It used to call as a ticket, which contains a list of the rules of the behavior for every situation in the court. So when I go in a court, अगर मैं king के पास जाती हूँ, if I go in front of the king, Louis, how I should behave, how my clothing should be, What is the manner to greet? What are the words, like we talk about good morning, namaste. So what are the words I have to utter there? So that is a protocol. So etiquettes indicates the protocol of the behavior one presents in a court when they go for a meeting with the as a visitor to the court of King Louis. So this word came from them and it is called as a protocol. So we say it's a protocol. Interacting with the social and professional groups. So even the teachers should have a protocol and etiquette because they are in the society where they are being known as a teacher, which is very important because we are building nations. We are building nation. We are building our youth, which is 50% of our population. Are very important, who are the future of our country, right? So it's very important to have a good behavior. So when they are displayed, so that's why we call it social etiquettes, business etiquettes, right? How to behave in the society, how to behave at the corporate etiquettes. So how to behave, so how to behave at your workplace is also very important. Yes, learn to take feedback. It's very important. Don't be a person which is difficult to give feedback. I am okay. Even at the end of this session, if you say any feedback, positive, negative, I'm open for it. So make sure, take the feedback. Even if it is negative, think about it. Why? Whether there is, you can also do mistakes. I can also do mistakes. So take a feedback. So feedback gives, so try to get specific feedback from your students and colleagues both. Of course, your boss will always give you, but then with your students and colleagues too. So ask questions so feedback is more clear. Summarize the feedback, know about yourself, and make sure that you are being groomed more better, more critically. Yes. So teacher should be strong communicator, right? Good communication. So communication because students should know you, students should listen to you. Good listener. You should listen to your students. Good listener is important, right? Good collaboration. You have to collaborate with your students, with your at your workplace, with your colleague. You can have an international collaborations also. Adaptable. You should able to adopt the new technology. Engaging. You should have an interactive session. Empathy, of course. Emotional intelligence and EQ is also important with IQ nowadays. Patience, patience, presentable and patience. So I should have a good patience. Value real world learning, share best practices in your life, and you are a lifelong learners. So you should also be a lifelong learners as a teacher. You should learn from others, even we learn from our students, right? So these all qualities students should have. So online sessions, also important. Treat an online course like a real course, very important. Don't think about your online course, it's okay, because you might be taking, few of you might be online courses. So make sure that they are equally important like your offline courses. Hold yourself accountable if there is anything happens during your online session. Practice time management, it's very important. Create a regular study space and stay organized. So you should have, whenever you are going in a class or online also, make sure everything is ready. Eliminate distraction. If I am taking a session, I want nobody should distract me and I have to take care of that. Figure out how to deliver your best because it's an online, it's very difficult to engage the students. So you have to make it very interesting. Create active participation. So of course, feedback, of course, after this session, I'm going to ask you and talk to you. Make a good network. Yes, online presence also can do that. So personal development is important. So these are the 5 parameters: emotional, mental, physical, spiritual, social. So when we talk about personal development, it's not only physical appearance, important, your behavior with the mental appearance, your emotion, empathy, EQ, yes, your social etiquettes and your spirituality. All this matters. All are this important. And now our last topic, which I will cover in next 5 minutes, and that is international presence. Why it's important? Because we are going towards globalizing. And how it is important? Okay, they are also human beings. You can see here different flags. different people to talking to each other. And how important is the international presence as we are adopting towards new challenges, we are adopting towards new technology, new study material, new education, and we are exchanging our knowledge, our technology with each other. And that's why international presence is not only important for scientists, of course they use it, but it's important for scientists, it's important for science people, researchers in technology. In the same way, it's very, 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 very important for teachers also, because we are sharing knowledge. We don't want our students should be limited to boundaries of our countries. We want that they should explore the international culture, international technology, exchange of knowledge, exchange of technology, and groom themselves, present themselves that we are best in the world. The Indians have proved themselves, and we want our students should prove at each level. And that's why international presence is important. And we as a teacher should also have a great importance when we are presenting. There are a lot of international conferences happening. You go and present yourself. There are international exchange programs. You might have attending with your school, with your students, the international programs. How to present yourself? Now, if you ask me how I present myself, I will give you 3 tips. I'm not going to talk much about it because it's a very separate and different topic. It's, a lot of things has to be covered in that. But few tips which I would like to give: professional behavior, appearance, whatever. It should be very much perfect. If you are presenting, remember, you are not only presenting your university at the international forum, you are presenting your country at the international forum. So nobody much knows about from which university. They hardly, but yes, this delegate is from India. You are presenting India. So you don't have to let the country down. So your appearance, your behavior, and your communication, A, B, C, should be perfect. You should be outstanding in the crowd, that how the Indians look should be. So make it more professional, more perfect when you're. So that is the first thing which I would like to say. Second, if you go to and visit any country across the world, make sure you learn few languages. Few languages. Suppose I'm going to Japan. I don't know Japanese language at all. But I think so on internet I can found few things like what it is called as good morning, good afternoon, namaste, thank you, welcome. Right? If I'm giving a speech and if I said namaste from India and konnichiwa from Japan to all my Japanese friends, just imagine how they will feel. Right? If I'm in Thailand and if I'm talking about, right, Kapunka after my session, that means, okay, thank you. They will be so happy. The crowd will be so happy. And they will respond to you immediately. Right? So few things, and it becomes easy for you also if you learn few things when you are visiting, because you're a new country, or a few things like thank you, welcome, how are you, what's your name, good morning, good afternoon, all these things, if you learn, it makes your life easy. So this is, so ABC first. Second is the knowing your language if you are visiting or interacting within your international delegates. And the third important thing is, which I would like to say, learn about their behavior also. How they be, what things should be avoided when you are visiting a country. Like, okay, pointing in this way to someone is means rude. You are rude. It's not taken, it's a positive way in Thailand, in many of the countries. So know some rules and regulations when you're visiting. It again helps you to make your behavior much more perfect and learn. And the last more thing, wherever you go in anywhere in the world, don't forget your culture as an India and as an Indian. Make India proud and feel yourself also proud. That's very important. So don't make feel that. I think so. In fact, turn them, show them your culture in such a beautiful way. So they should also feel how India is, because Even in the small platform, if you are taking an online session, in a conference, in a meeting, you can do wonders. And I that experience I have, and I have visited so many countries. So I make sure that I don't forget my culture when I go and visit. I learn a lot of things from them. A lot of good things should be accepted, no problem. Bad things, of course, that our culture have a lot of rich in all these things. Learn few language part which helps you to communicate and make your conversation and your deal perfect. And ABC, follow ABC perfectly. Then I think so at the international forum you will boom. Thank you. Thank you very much for your patience listening, and thank you all teachers being a good listener, because it's very difficult for the teacher to be a listener because they have a habit to speak for us. But I have a great teachers here. I think so. The one thing which I had told, have be a good listener, and that's quality everybody has. Thank you very much. Now you can speak, and it's open for the question answer session. Thank you.